The internet changed how we work. AI is changing what work gets done. A bank cut loan processing from days to hours. A student built an AI scheduler, improving on-time delivery from under 70% to over 90%. Most teams know AI matters, but aren't sure where to start. InAI is Indiana's statewide AI adoption effort, built with industry, academia, and community partners, helping you move from understanding to action. Visit inaiready.com.
Yes, of course, it's back to school time. Everybody talking about backpacks and books. I'm hanging out with the Indianapolis Colts for a great cause. Chris Ballard, the GM, is my guest right here on Playmakers. We're going to talk football and books and why this is so important. Hi, I'm Dave Calabro, and I've covered some of the biggest moments in sports. But the stories that matter most are the ones that you rarely hear, because the game is decided long before the final whistle or the checkered flag. These are the people who make the big plays. Welcome to Playmakers. Brought to you by Indiana Members Credit Union.
Meet Chip. 30 years ago, he started a small business with a big idea. Today, there's a new building, a new fleet of equipment, and a new era of leadership. But we know Chip, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know he plans to keep growing, building business with the next generation. IMCU is here to help with secure and simple account management tools and commercial financing to grow business. Today, it's all about Chip. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
Hi, everybody. Another edition of Playmakers. Dave Calabro hanging out at Grand Park. Colts season's almost here, and the GM is here. Chris Ballard. Good to see you, man.
I just asked. I thought you were retired.
Well, you know, this is kind of retirement. I'm proud to be a part of the IBJ.
Yeah, it's great.
And their podcasts, and we wanted to catch up with you and talk football, but also more importantly about something really cool going on here. You adopted 2 children years ago, and now you're involved in this program that we have going on today.
Yeah, we have Books for Youth. I mean, I wish I could take the credit, but you're going to talk to some other people here in a minute deserve a lot more than I do. But it's like when we first came here to Indy, we knew we wanted to get involved in the foster community. And when we heard about the Colts and this Book for Youth program for foster kids, we thought this is a perfect way for us to get indoctrinated. And then it has just grown each and every year, not only from a Books to Youth program, but also into a project graduation where we'll do a graduation in June for, for kids, for foster kids who have graduated. So it's a great time. It's a great time for these families. It's great for these kids to have a chance to, you never know what a book and what they read is going to open their mind.
No doubt about it.
So it's a tremendous event.
What point did you decide, hey, I want to adopt kids? You already had your. I mean, how does one jump into that?
It was kind of thrust.
Huge commitment,
it was
man.
Kind of thrust. It's a long story, but it was thrust upon us. And when we made the commitment, when we actually took in 4. Then it's a long story. We can only keep 2 of them. Kristin and I went and got foster certified. Had to go through a long court process, and at the end of the day, ended up adopting 2 of our daughters who, I couldn't imagine life without them. I don't quite know how to explain it other than we are, like they've given us way more than we've given them.
And now you're giving back. And it's cool to see the next generation doing this with all these smiling little kids and moms and dads running around here.
Yeah, it's hard. Look, I mean, people forget. I mean, like kids are great. And it's not their fault sometimes of the circumstances happen to them when they're young. And, just a chance for them to, get away and be in this environment, gives them a chance to see something new. A lot of them hadn't even been involved and seen a football practice before. So it's one of the things that's great about training camp. We can have them out. We get to watch practice. We have an event for them. They get their books. It's always a special event.
Well, we want to continue to highlight this. We're going to talk football with a guy. I'm going to ask him all those tough questions. You're going to be ready for that, of course.
Oh, yeah.
I want you to bring in your wife. This is your wife, Kristin.
Yes.
And thank you for being here. This is pretty special. How are you feeling today?
This is one of my favorite days of the year because we can be with the families, with the foster families, and, just give back.
Give back. And you jumped into this program, the first week you were in Indianapolis, right?
We pretty much landed and went straight to this program and were just amazed at how much the community came around, or Cargo Services and the Colts came around these families. And that was a graduation event, and there was tears, there was happiness, there was all the things. So yeah, it was something we wanted to be a part of.
I asked him about adopting. When did you know that you had a heart for adoption? I mean, I raised 2 kids. I can't imagine adopting more. It takes a special couple to do that.
You know, when I talk to foster parents or potential foster parents about being foster parents, it's more about having that strong relationship between your husband and yourself, and also open communication, and to know that you're going to go through a lot of hard times. And we didn't know that we were going to do any of this. It was God's plan, not ours. And so we were, lots of communication, lots of tears, lots of joy, and
lots of late nights.
Late nights, screaming, all the things. But it brought our kids together and made us a stronger family.
And to see this continuation of love for you, what does that mean?
It's great for our children and for ourselves.
It's bigger than football,
right?
Yeah.
For them to see, when we first moved here, they were like, wait, what? You're singling us out. We never were treated like foster kids. And I was like, there's a reason for that. We want people to relate. We want people to know that we care. So that's why we're doing it.
I love it. So how about you? Did you think this was a crazy idea, adopting children at first?
I'd be lying if I said I was just jumping right away. But look, like I told you, like circumstances sometimes happen to kids.
Right.
And every child needs a home. And like the definition of mom and dad does not have to be biological. That's the one thing I figured out. And and love is earned. Like just because you give them a nice place to live and a good schools to go to, like love is earned, and that takes time. So there were some struggles along the way, but I wouldn't want it. I don't think Kristin, either one of us would take it any other way or do it any other way. It's like I said, like they have been more of a gift to us than we have to them.
What would you say to another couple or someone who's watching this podcast thinking, I might be able to do this? What would you say to those people?
I say everyone can have their part. I say that we, just the smallest things is contagious for other people, and to know that you can give your heart and home, even if it's just a respite caregiver or even a foster parent, you can do it. Like just know that you have that strength.
I like that. Kristin, thank you so much. And we want to bring Steve in, right? You mind giving him the mic?
Yep.
And I'll say, Kristin, thank you. And,
You're welcome.
And it's pretty awesome what you've been doing.
These two do all the. I'm just telling you.
You're just the pretty. You're the pretty boy of the group here.
I don't know if I'd even say that.
Hi.
But these two do all the work.
Steve,
good to see you. Yes.
Introduce yourself to everybody.
I'm Steve Fugate, Cargo Services.
Thanks for being here. Was this the 10th year with the Colts you guys have been?
This is the 20th year with the Colts.
20th year with the Colts.
10th year with the Ballards.
Got it, with the Ballard, with
Correct.
you. Okay,
Yeah.
Wow. Tell me why this is so special and near and dear to your heart.
There's a couple things, Dave. First, reading is the foundation for everything.
Yes.
And this brings reading and starts the foundation for these kids. But another thing that people don't realize is a lot of times when these kids are taken out of their homes, they're taken with nothing. They have nothing but the clothes on their back. These backpacks give them a little bit of ownership. It's theirs, it's the books, and the program actually developed from a foster kid himself who was left a box of books on a corner, and it changed his life. And the DCS heard about this, and we started this program with the Colts.
How many kids have been touched? Do you have any ideas?
11,580.
Wow. And it's all about, Chris, hand me that real quick. I just want to show everybody what this is. Hi there, bud. How you doing? This is what it's all about right here, right?
Exactly.
And you never know what you're going to ignite for some youngster who picks this up and reads
That's exactly right. Now, and I think Chris mentioned earlier, we've come full circle now. We realized a few years into the program that we're missing a group of kids, and it was the kids that were getting older and aging out of the foster system, and we wanted to recognize them. So we started this graduation party at the Colts facility. Cool. Chris and Kristin have brought a platform and a megaphone that we could never have had ourselves, and they relate I mean, being in their circumstances with their 2 kids, they relate like nobody else can. So it's been a win-win for everybody.
Put your money where your mouth is kind of deal,
exactly.
right? How can people help that are watching this?
It's easy. Go to Colts.com/books4youth. It's Colts.com/books4youth, and there's guides in there on where you can donate books, money to get the backpacks in from China, and we put it all together from there.
Well, congratulations, man. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate you bringing
Thanks
the
for
light
being
to
here.
that.
Give me a fist bump.
Absolutely.
I love this stuff. Thanks. All right, Chris. Before I let you go, I got to ask you a couple football questions, man. We got to talk football. So where do we start? It's all about the quarterback position, and Daniel Jones being healthy and ready to go. He appears to be fine. Everybody's bragging about how he looks.
Yeah, he's had a good start to camp. We're just one preseason game in, but so far so good. Like, he worked extremely. I remember when he did it. I remember talking to him a long time back, and he said, "I have no doubt I'm coming back stronger." He went to work and was determined. You never know what the timeline's going to be, but just the naked eye wouldn't know he ever had surgery. No,
He's been around this game forever.
He's at a point now. Oh, look, he's a pretty freakish athlete and talent. These guys heal different than the normal human beings. And we've had other instances of guys with Achilles. There's a lot of instances in the NBA where guys have come back. So, no, we felt strongly he would be back. The timeline on it, we felt, would be anywhere from 7 to 9 months. He's on the front end of that, and it's a good thing. We still got a ways to go, but so far so good.
Yeah, I've been watching Carlie Irsay-Gordon being so involved, and she's been so involved for several years. This isn't something new. What's it like having her and her leadership?
Well, it's nothing new for me and us in football, because since I've been here, she's been heavily involved, and I give her a lot of credit. I remember, back to Frank, and I would have long talks with her about, like, if you want to learn football, like, her dad, Mr. Irsay, knew the game. Like, he had been a GM. He'd been around coaches. He understood the game. You could not BS him on Sundays. Like, after a game, he knew exactly what he was looking at. And when he came down, hey, tell me about this and this. And there were some very direct questions. And I know she had an aspiration to do that. And I said, well, look, the only way you're going to learn is to jump with both feet in and learn the game. And I said, and it can't be just show up every once in a while. Well, in Carlie fashion, she's all in. She's at every meeting, and she's at every practice. She's in scouting. She's in player meetings with coaches. And it's not a meddlesome thing. And she lets you work. I mean, much like her dad did. She's going to ask questions. That's her job. She's the owner. But she's going to let you work. So really proud of her and watching her growth over the years. And now that her and her sisters are, in charge, Casey and Kaylin included, the future's very bright for this organization with those three at the helm.
You have a pressure cooker job. It's like nonstop. What's the pressure like this year for you with the expectations after last year? The amazing start. Of course, everybody knows about the injuries and what happened. Tell me about that. I
know this is hard for belief. Like, these events here makes you realize like what pressure really is.
I love it.
And so I've always had a perspective. Look, one thing I've never done is lost confidence. I've never lost confidence in our ability to build a team and build a winner here. Hadn't gone our way the last few years. But we're still pretty confident in what we can get done. So I keep things in perspective.
Yeah.
I think I said this in my, when I talked to the media earlier, but I'm grateful, very grateful to, one, be in the NFL. I've been in it now for 26 years. I'm very grateful to be with the Indianapolis Colts. Very grateful to be in this community. I will never take one day for granted. They're going to get every bit of me trying to get it done.
What is success for this team this year?
Well,
it's playoffs or bust.
We want to win a division and make a run in the playoffs, make a long run in the playoffs, and we think we're capable of doing it.
Defensively this year, what are you seeing so far?
We're going to be younger, unequivocally, a little bit by design, which was hard because we moved. We had some players moved on from that have been here a while and been good players for us. But really understanding what Lou wanted, A year together gives you that opportunity. So we're excited about where that's at. I think we'll be a little more aggressive. I think we got a chance to be really good in the secondary. God willing, we stay healthy.
Yeah.
The addition of Sauce, having Ward and having a healthy Wally back. We drafted AJ, who we think is going to be really good. He had a good first showing here this week. So excited about where we are defensively. And then watching our front, we think we got pretty good depth up front. And needing Latu to take the step that he can take, and which we think he can do. He was very close last year to taking a bigger step. He just fell off some. Difference between 8.5 sacks and 12.5, 14 sacks in our league can be, not falling off the tackle. So it's going to be exciting, and we are going to be young in some areas, and that's okay. I think the good thing about that is, they might have some boo-boos early, but as the season goes on, it'll even out.
Well, thanks for the time. I got to let you get to practice, man.
Yeah.
This is really cool what you're doing. And the foster program, you're helping Indianapolis, you and your wife. We're just so grateful how you're pouring back into our community. And hope you have a great run. And folks, go to Colts.com and see if you can help out this program.
Yeah,
we appreciate you, man.
Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Hey, thanks for watching another edition of Playmakers. Hey, everybody, thanks so much for watching and listening to Playmakers, brought to you by IBJ Media. I'm Dave Calabro. I hope you'll subscribe on YouTube or wherever else you get your podcast. Until next time, we'll see you later.